This is pretty dark and shocking news. The US Labor Department has now been forced to file a lawsuit against the Mar-Jac Poultry company, citing its direct involvement in the death of a 16-year-old worker last year in Mississippi. So basically, they had a worker who was very young, legally allowed to be there, but shouldn't have been there, working in the dangerous conditions that they were, that was killed in horrible and tragic fashion. And then child workers were again found in what's called like the kill floor at this company, even after that tragedy. Tragedy should have never happened. But coming out of it, there could have at least been a little bit of a silver lining of taking the kids' health and safety seriously, but unfortunately we didn't get that, allegedly. So a recent search of their poultry facility in Alabama found several teenagers deboning poultry and cutting carcasses on its kill floor. That is a violation of federal labor laws. The DOL's wage and hour division, quote, found children younger than 18 years old working on the floor, hanging live chickens on hooks for slaughter and cutting meat from the carcasses, which is a prohibited hazardous occupation for minors. So they've attempted to establish a 30-day restraining order with the courts since then. The company has denied all wrongdoing and claimed that all workers were verified to work, which without more specificity is not actually denying the claim. Sure, they're verified to work. That doesn't mean that they can work in any position or in any part of the company. We could have a broader societal discussion about whether they should be working in the plant at all, but certainly they should be kept away from the most dangerous jobs, and that clearly has not been happening. So they have previously denied knowing that it had any employees working that were less than 18 years of age. They said that the alleged underage workers were immediately discharged from employment once the allegations were made. The company's attorneys further argued that none of the jobs performed by the workers involved power machinery or dangerous conditions, though it acknowledged that one of the workers was tasked with cutting wings off of bird carcasses with a knife as they passed by on a conveyor. But again, we already know that in this case, a kid has died. In other cases at other plants, whether it be chicken or pork, have died. And that's why it sucks so bad and why we talk so much about these red states continually cutting down the age for kids to work in these plants and to expose themselves to these dangerous conditions. Sharon, what do you make of all this?
And look, they're already under a microscope. This just shows you how they are unbothered. And you can't, what do you mean we're working to get a restraining order? They're unbothered by this. They'll continue to do it because, hey, children are there at their disposal to be cheap labor, and they don't even care if they're subject to surprise checks because nothing's going to happen and the profits will keep being made.
Yeah, likely. In the past 2 years, at least 10 states have introduced or passed laws rolling back child labor protections. And look, there's a couple good explanations for that. One is that they think that kids should just start working. Higher aspirations, no. And by the way, I'm not opposed to kids necessarily working when they're younger in certain jobs. I started working in restaurants when I was 14 years old, okay? But I wasn't working like deboning cow carcasses or something like that. I was bussing tables or washing dishes. And by the way, it's not just that they think that they should get started and that's what they should focus on, screw higher education or anything like that. They see that unemployment is going down. They want to flood the labor market with more, especially cheap, easy labor. That's what they want. They don't want wages going up. This is not to help out the kids. This is to protect the employers. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.